take lemons and make lemonade. We make homes out the beds we made. I heard that there's forgiveness for anything, but if I ain't sorry, how can I be saved?
Disclaimer. I'm going to be talking about some heavy stuff. I just want y'all to know, everybody not going to agree with me. The intention behind this is not for you to necessarily agree with me, but really to give you something to think about on a deeper level than what we normally do. With that being said, some of the things that I might say might offend you. It's very possible. So I just pray that you can hear what I'm saying in the spirit and accept it how you will. Hold on, wait. If I'm correct in where I'm sitting, that's the share button, about right there, right? This is the comment button. Over there is the like button, and I don't know where subscribe is. It's probably like over there somewhere. But when this is on YouTube, it's gonna be like right down there.
Yeah. So what you should do, right? You should just go boom, 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 boom. Right. Just go all the way across.
On YouTube, though, it's gonna look like this. If you pick this one, then you should pick the comment and then be like, I don't like your episode because your God is dope shirt is red. And then I'll be like, well, thank you. I'll be sure to get a black one. Speaking of, I just thought about it. I think Sade got my black God is dope shirt. I haven't seen it.
The fact that y'all wear the same size is kind of impressive to me. I don't like it. I just
We on this episode talking about family.
It's like, you know what, I'm just step over that.
Talking about family. And I'm going to allow Royce to preface this conversation as you always do. This is
okay, that's cool. Now I got different questions because we keep having to stop and pick back up and down.
It's fine.
Well, first, what would you do? What would you do differently from what you experienced as a child? I'm not about to put it like out there. What would you do differently from what you experienced as a child in terms of family?
It's gonna sound funny. First thing I'm gonna make sure I do is stay with my wife. I'm being dead serious. Like, it doesn't like. I personally feel like in marriage, first off, I'm not taking it lightly that whoever I'm gonna be with, you know what I'm saying? I'm not taking the relationship with them lightly. Mm-hmm. There is a certain level of seriousness that I believe should be placed on. Sorry guys, I'm a little sleepy. There's a certain level of seriousness that should be placed on the relationship. And so, with that being acknowledged, I don't want to ever be out of that relationship for a reason that doesn't hold up to the covenant that I made before the Most High God. Mm-hmm. Because essentially, technically, when you get married, marriage was more so of a blood covenant type thing. But it wasn't blood like I cut my arm. And
yeah, that was the virgin thing, right?
That, yeah. Once you,
yeah, I know how it goes.
Yeah, that's a blood covenant right there.
Yeah.
So for all of those people that take sex very generally and lightly, mm-hmm. You're essentially entering into a blood covenant with whoever you have sex with. Just
semantics. I mean, can brain don't crunch it in Egypt. Never mind.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They can't form a blood covenant with themselves. They can, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. No, but
that's funny.
I want that because I want that to be modeled for my child. I want them to see, you know what I'm saying, that this actually does work because we're in a society where that doesn't work. I want to have more things centered around us at home. Mm-hmm. And not to say that I don't love my family and my extended family, but I would like to have things that my child looks forward to and that my wife looks forward to. And, you know what I'm saying? And just spending time with me. Mm-hmm. So that's another thing. Because I remember as a kid, I used to go out a lot and go to other people's houses and stuff like that. But it was a whole lot of stuff that took place at mine. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so I kind of grew up. I enjoyed my house because it was like peace. Mm-hmm. But I often wanted to go until I got a little bit older. Mm-hmm. And then I realized peace is a thing and shouldn't be taken lightly. That's all I can think of on top of my head. What about yourself? You ain't gotta put nobody on blast, but like.
I don't know, honestly. Because I do think that the concept of an actual like put together family works, but I also realize that given where my generation is and what my age is, that it's gonna be hard to come across that without having to go through a whole bunch of other in betweens. Because like you kind of at that point where like the age gap for your dating pool would be closer to 30, or it can be in that 30 gap, right? But no, it's not a joke. I mean 100% serious, right? But you can do that and do that comfortably.
Don't you believe him?
You can do that and do that comfortably. If we interested in the same person, let's go high side like 28, right? We interested in the same person. I know what that sounds, but
you know why I'm looking like this.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But for me, jeez, this just makes it worse. I'm trying to make a point and be serious, but I can't because it sounds worse the more I explain. Whatever. For me, that's 7 years. I can't do it with a straight face at all.
You see how he's calling me old? Like y'all are listening to this, right?
Yo,
He's calling me old. Like,
I'm trying not to, but there's no way.
He low key making a diss track right now.
Yo, there's no way for me to do it or not.
That's another good TikTok idea. You could take this, chop it up, and then make it into a diss track. I think you should do that.
Alright, we'll do that.
Alright, go ahead.
But it's 7 year gap. So it's like even if someone I'm interested in is 9 times out of 10 they're gonna be close to you. Cause my age is just, dude, it's a bunch of going on over there. Like it's just,
Oh no, I understand.
See what I'm saying?
Because I'm not trying to go that way.
There's a lot going on over there.
It would have to be a diamond in the rough for me to go that way.
Beyond that, because even if you find somebody that, for you it's probably more from a mental standpoint. It's probably not from.
If I find a diamond in the rough, and she like 25, 24, all I gotta do is bring her around.
Fair enough.
She's gonna be like, life can be like this.
Fair enough.
And then she gonna boss up, you know what I'm saying? And then,
hey, look, but see, that's what I'm saying though. Like 21, 22, like I don't. If I find somebody my age, the only way to work, it'd be taken seriously that they done been through hell and back, and then you got to get over that to then be able to build a healthy relationship.
that's true.
There's no way you're just gonna skip all the toxic. It's like, no, I don't have a problem no more. You're lying. That's not true. This is gonna show them those small things you do.
That is, I learned that lesson the hard way.
Yeah.
I've never done. I just want somebody to love me. Really, you wanted a slave, and I wasn't willing to be a slave, so that was a problem. I also want to ensure that there is a certain level of transparency in my family. Not necessarily. I feel like I grew up not knowing the past of any of my family members. And so the only person who I knew had a proclivity towards certain sins was the only one who was still doing them openly. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, for everybody else, it's like, I don't do that, I do this now. And so essentially, I don't know what I'm fighting or what I'm fighting against.
That's true.
I had a conversation with my dad, and some of the things that I went through, he also went through in the past, but he didn't tell me about them. You know what I'm saying? And so I never felt like I had a floor to express that to him until one day he sat me down and then we talked. And then I told him, you know what I'm saying, what I told him. So now it's like, okay, the floor is open because like, I didn't know that, son. Of course you didn't. I wasn't going to tell you. I thought it was only happening to me. You know what I mean? And then he's like, I probably should have. That's a healthy dialogue right there. So if we can somehow create a space where children feel comfortable speaking to their parents and vice versa, then a lot of the trauma and the issues that we deal with as kids, we won't hurt as much, or we'll get over them in a different way. Yeah. And so then when it comes to getting older, that won't come out in our behaviors and habits. And we won't be like, I don't understand why he's acting like this, et cetera, et cetera. I don't want that. I don't want that for my life and for my children. I really want them to be like, Dad, look, this is what happened. And then when I start to talk, it's like, okay, son, look, this is what I went through. Straight up. You know what I mean? Nah, I don't want that for my kids.
Transparency and an open floor.
I need them to be able to just, Dad, I went through this. This is exactly what happened to me, and I thought it was kind of weird, but I thought I would tell you anyway. Mm-hmm. And it's like, all right, son, look, when I was this age, this happened to me in school, bro. Mm-hmm. And I ain't tell nobody because I was scared. Blah, blah, blah. And then we just chop it up. Well, why do people do that? You know, like I'm trying to have a combo with my kids. Like,
I won't lie, that's not. I think it's possible. It depends. Cause like, I want open, honest I want transparency, but I don't want like OD. Cause like people take that and it's like we ain't talking about anything.
But there's like, think about this. If they don't tell you, they telling somebody.
I don't necessarily believe that based on the type of person I am. I don't know why you did that. Hey, look, I'm gonna say this. All I'm saying is it's a million things in my head that nobody knows.
You could say that. I'm willing to bet that you've at least shared a portion of some of it to someone.
Nah, it's a good little crevice over here in the corner. That's just like we just won't open that crevice up. We gonna leave that crevice up there.
So what you gonna do when you do? Because eventually, this sounds like we need to go into a trauma episode.
Probably, but it's cool.
Wow! So at least you admit the trauma is there.
I know it's there. That wasn't what I'm not denying that. I'll never deny that. Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm sorry.
Hey, look, man.
I just want you to know, we at Comic Sans are here for you. Everybody extend your hand. We're praying for Royce. Nah, on some serious stuff, though, I think we should start doing that. We should pray at the end of our episode.
Okay, that's fine.
We might not do it at the end of this one, but
we can definitely do it at the end of the next one.
Yeah.
I want open honesty and transparency, but I don't want it to be OD because hood transparency different. Be like, that's why I did that. Like y'all pick and choose and bring things up at the worst times.
See, I'm not talking about transparency where we in an argument and this is when you decide to be open with me. That's not transparency. That's I'm being spiteful. I'm trying to hurt you now. I'm talking about like, Dad, I know you're probably gonna be mad, but I need you to talk to me, not yell at me. What do you want, son? See, Dad, you do that thing. I promise I'm not gonna yell. Dad, I had sex last night.
You know what's funny? Given the way your kid's probably gonna be, that's not even what he's gonna say. He's gonna be like, how would you feel about being a grandfather? What? What did you say? No, nothing. No, don't worry about it. It's not important. Wait, no, go ahead.
I'll just do this. In how many years will I be a grandfather?
Years?
Probably about 7 months.
You go, years? Months? Oh, a little lower. What is that? Weeks?
Cut the camera.
Yeah, right. Hey, what you say, boy? Hey, weeks? You're getting warmer. You been out here slanging, boy. You think that's okay? That's funny.
Yeah, nah. I would want to know.
Yeah.
And I want my kid to be comfortable telling me. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that feeling. I know now that I can talk to my mom about just about anything. But I know that feeling when you think you can't
do that.
Yeah. So then it's like, oh my God, this is happening. I don't know what to do about it.
Right.
Who do I talk to? My mom knows everything. I'm not telling her that though. So you know what I'm saying? I know that feeling. I don't want that to be a thing. It probably will, just because there are some things that they feel like, oh, your parents can't get. But it's like, for the most part, I want it to be like, Dad really be telling me that he be going through all of this stuff. Like, he really know. Like, so he know what it is. Yeah. So if I'm going to talk to anybody about it, I'm going to talk to my dad.
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like there's obviously certain things that are going to change with time. So you can't tell me everything. Like, it's going to be some stuff you be like, yeah, that's what it is.
If my son gangbang, I don't want to know nothing.
Yo. Your son not going to gangbang, bro.
On all the colors, I don't want to know nothing.
On everything, you know.
You don't know that.
He not.
You don't know that.
Nah, he not.
I believe with all my heart and soul that he won't gangbang, but I don't know that. He gonna be like, son, I found this in your back pockets.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know, but that's the thing though too. I don't know nobody that come from a put together household that's on like full on with the shit.
It might not necessarily be with the set, but some people take on a lot of street characteristics despite having.
Oh no, but that might be your homies though, so that's different. I don't think. When I think like, oh, my son gang banging. I think he waving the flag everywhere. He talk a certain way. He text a certain way. Like I think it's opinion. Other than that, that's just. I honestly, that sounds bad, and that could just be where I'm from. But I think that's just kids being kids until they get to it. See, I knew he was gonna make that face. I do. I think he's kids being kids until he get like for the set, and it's just like he just he'll get over that in like a second. It's not.
I don't feel like there's ever a time where it should just be like, oh no, they're just kids.
I mean,
he got on all red. He got on all blue. They're just kids.
That's not where he's growing up. That's not where he's growing up.
It's like, that's not a costume. It's not a superhero costume where you can just be like, oh yeah, he gonna grow out of that.
He will, because that's the thing. Like now, let's be very clear. If he's 12, 13, he already impressionable. When he throwing up the set, then that's you baby. Your son game baby. Talk to him. But other than that, like, hi Zena, you want to come into the camera?
Hey mama.
Zena, come here.
Oh, she went to the food. She smelled food, y'all. She think anytime you eat, she's supposed to eat.
There she is.
What's up, mama?
Hey Zena, how you doing? But yeah, no. I still like to say, I would like transparency, but I don't know if it's a real option, given like my generation work, and I don't want somebody that's been through 37 toxic relationships.
Do you want your children to know what your brothers and sisters have been through as well, or would you prefer them not to know those things?
I mean, I only got one son. I know everything he went through, so he's not like, well, relatively, of course. He ain't been like no.
What if he got a crevice that he just ain't told you about?
He probably do, but if he do, like, it's not no, like, it don't, it's not one of, like, we're not the type of family where like, if it's something wrong, it just like spill out randomly. It's not that, like something like not because I
everything be like this.
I've seen that. Like I've seen people. I've seen like homies like hold it in, and then we be talking about something that be regular, and they be like, that reminded me of the time, and then they give you this story and be like, yo, where did that come from?
What you saying?
Yeah, like we don't live in a house. We don't live in a house where your emotions are downplayed or put to the side. If you want to open an honest conversation, you can have it.
Sorry, I made a face.
If you want to open an honest conversation, you can have it. Now, I would let him know. You feel what I'm saying? We went to the private school for a minute, and we switched over. You feel what I'm saying? You gonna have some uncles or whatever that might know people that, you feel what I'm saying, they're not a part of the same lifestyle. You feel what I'm saying? But them is the homies. They're good people. No,
come here. Come here, mama.
They're good people. They're good people. They mean you no harm. This person did this back in the day. This person did this back in the day. This person did this back in the day. Oh, someone's so cool. I don't know if you're gonna be uncle or whatever the case is. There, we can be like, you feel what I'm saying?
This nigga said he don't know.
No. I just don't know what your. I just don't know the word that's gonna be attached to your name.
It's up to you.
I don't know if it's gonna be uncle. I don't know if it's gonna be. You feel what I'm saying? Whatever the case is, there. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna let them know like that's what they do. Also understand they have free reign, so if you acting out or you OD, you feel what I'm saying, so they find out you game banging and I don't know, they can beat the red rag out of you, you know.
Well, it gotta be a red rag.
It can be a blue rag.
I can't be a brown rag.
It can be a blue. I don't know if there are any.
I'm pretty sure it's a brown flag for some.
Probably
I don't know what it is, but
I think it was more. Let's get off. But yeah, I'm letting them know, you feel what I'm saying. They have reign to discipline you. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody that I know now that does what they do about my age, or if not my age in that same age range. So like, by the time I have kids, it's not gonna be that far off. All the people gonna be the same.
I want my child to. I want him to be very similar to me in the aspect of his inclusion of humans. Okay. Like, even though I don't condone everybody's behavior necessarily, or your choices. I don't condone every single one of your choices. I still love the people that I allow in my circle. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to have to learn the hard way that some people mean him no good, and so don't help every single person. I can't think of a way to show him that. You know what I mean? Because it's like
Yeah,
people will tell you, but you still have to experience somebody screwing you over to really get it.
And so
Like to get it, not like
yeah.
okay. So dad is telling me. I've seen dad go through this where such and such he was taking care of such and such, such and such did this.
Yeah.
But I've never experienced that, and this person would never do me like that.
Yeah.
So then it's like now you're gonna have to experience it.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could help him avoid that, but I know my mom couldn't help me avoid it. So, what makes me think? I mean, I guess I'm the next generation, so technically it's possible.
It is. You want to do 3 parts, or you want to leave this one to cut?
It don't matter. I'm enjoying myself.
Oh,
I feel like we're doing a little bit of rambling, but
I do, but I feel like people ramble. Though. Like I don't feel like it's like I don't feel like it's out of the range of possibility. And if I had a way to extend that past like just like the regular whatchamacallit, then I would. But it's gonna stop in like a second.
okay. Well, we're gonna be back on part 3 because
There have to be 3 parts.
I just think family is important, and I think that the stuff that we're thinking of while we're going, even though it sounds kind of random, all kind of coincides with just different aspects of the family unit.
Like, comment, subscribe, do everything that's right there. Yeah, like literally. I'm not gonna add that little sound in because that sound always aggravates my ear. But
That's trauma right there.
nah, I just don't like the way it sounds. I really just
Nah, it's okay. It's hood trauma.
that's funny though, but it's not.
When niggas normally say brrr, it's because somebody else is finna come bring the gun. So y'all niggas don't like that sound because it's like it remind you.